Hello, everyone. Welcome to our today's webinar. We are on Radical Transformation webinar. There will be a very exciting and engaging journey, I would call it this way. My name is Tasha Shark. I am the transformational psychologist. I do my private practice. Every day I work with people with different crisis situations. I do the career coaching, help people to find new occupations, new professions, to get rid of psychological challenges. And today I'd like to give you my online product, my copyright course, Radical Transformation, that includes a lot of different practices and methods to change for the better. You know, I strongly believe that any situation is because of your attitude to it. So please remember this. Radical Transformation, my original training course, helps people discover new facets to fulfill, let go of the wrongs of the past, and start a new life. Actually, you may see how I radically transformed personally, not as an expert, but a person who underwent her transformation. So in the picture, you see me about 7 years ago. My life was different. I felt very miserable, although I'm about 25 in this picture. Whereas now I'm almost 10 years older. But, you know, I'm very fulfilled. I'm unreached, both spiritually and job-wise, and my life is so bright, and it's most important. And today I'd like to share with you those important moments which change the life of people in reality. And this Radical Transformation course includes a lot of efforts, hearts and souls, and those practices that help people change their life. Next slide, please. And here I'd like to ask each and every to imagine, you know, we will start this practice for you to feel and to analyze your state consciously. So what am I feeling? How am I doing? Do you always ask such questions? You know, in this rush of our life, we have a lot of cares. But we generally forget about ourselves. Whereas now we will start one practice. So please sit down comfortably. Look at this slide first, and in the middle of the slide where you is written down, imagine you are there. You are sitting on a sofa, on a chair, at home, or any other place. If you feel comfortable, you may even close your eyes and imagine how many technologies, activities, people surround you. Imagine your house, your apartment. Firstly, your room, then your apartment, then your house. And how many apartments are there around? How many people around you? So upper, there are some neighbors. Next to me, there is another block. There are people as well. So get beyond your current state. Be beyond, be above your house from the top. Give a look from the top. Your house, your neighborhood, your city, your town, how many roads there are, how many brands there are, how many opportunities there are, iPhones, trains, aircrafts, they are all moving, rushing, and you are in the middle of this like a small you. You are sitting likely at home on your chair or armchair or your sofa, but around there is the entire world moving, where you try to catch up with everything. Feel it. Feel this state. Feel you're being very tiny, mediocre compared to everything else around. Something is happening outside, but you are here. And now, keep this internal state of this small particle, which is in the middle of the entire universe, cities, countries, roads, brands, achievements, and imagine that this particle grows more, and more. It becomes bigger, even bigger than the entire planet, this universe. This is your internal state, which gets bigger. And multiply yourself and transform yourself into big opportunities. Did you manage to feel this state? And our course, Radical Transformation, is exactly about this. When you are like a small grain in this huge world with a lot of challenges, problems, situations, and sometimes you feel like a small particle, a small grain with a lot of concerns, and you expand yourself further above, on top of all this, and we become bigger, larger, we become huge. We provide ourselves with a lot of opportunities, capacities, so that this world turns around you, and your previous experience doesn't work anymore. Your past is in the past. And today you may adapt this world to yourselves. And how you can do it, I will help you, because I work with this every day. I admire my job. And radical transformation is, by the way, designed for a person within a shortest period to get most benefits through the practical practices and tasks that many people tested. And we know that the outcome will be definitely there. Let's move on. My next slide, please. And now let's talk about the traps of non-existent alternatives. What would you choose, create or destroy? Put it down in the chat box. Create or destroy? Do you believe to be a person who creates or the one who destroys? I am sure that most of us would like to create, because we all believe that we are creators, we are good, and around there are these destroyers. But this is a trap of non-existent alternative. So we are all both creators and destroyers. Even to prepare a good meal, we should destroy some ecosystem, get some veggies, meat, fruits, some other products that are to be cooked or processed. And this way we destroy something. We use the fruits of our nature, and here we destroy. When we put on some clothes, some accessories, we again destroy. And at this particular moment, we are both a destroyer, but at the same time a creator, because we may feed our children for them to grow, to turn into adults, and each person is both a creator and a destroyer. And to create something, we should destroy something else. And each of you should accept and agree with this part in yourself. Next slide, please. And this is the most important. Do you feel guilty for what you destroy? So when the scope of destruction in each case is very individual, but many people in our world do not want to be destroyers, therefore they deny any opportunity that you may not be ideal in some points. And people prevent them from success, from realizing their potential, from scaling up. And the radical transformation course helps us actually to deal with these feelings of guilty and shame. And by the way, the feeling of shame distinguishes us from, so the feelings of guilt and shame distinguish us from animals. And the question whether you feel guilty for the destructions, do you have this syndrome of perfectionist? And when a person starts his radical transformation, when you change, transform your life, when you choose to be successful, to be quick, to be active, something may be destructed, but it's important to choose environmentally friendly destruction and to choose yourselves rather than other people. So to destruct yourselves rather than other people. So here is a chart of feelings. This is an important stage or step which we discuss after the feeling of guilt and shame, because when a person changes something in his life, does radical transformation, grows personally, it's very important to understand which feelings will be abandoned, how do I feel now, and which feelings do I want to have in my future. If you may not feel all these bunch of feelings you see in this chart, so you see so many feelings we may feel, where sometimes we only feel either good or bad, either white and black, whereas there is a full array of feelings. They are different, and our sensations, actually, we can feel them, our internal feelings, and the more feelings you have, the brighter your life is. And the radical transformation actually helps you to feel all these feelings you feel through your past, your present, and future. And to feel this bunch of feelings and sensations, first of all, you need to identify them all. And the chart of feelings will be very useful. Even your fears may be described in different ways. So one fear could be described differently to understand yourself, and then answer a question: why do I feel? Why am I afraid of this? And maybe this is something from my past, and actually it is all included into the radical transformation course, because when you work with your feelings, sensations, you get the quickest result, because we, as always, would like to get a fast result, high quality result, but I focus high quality because I feel it's important that my product gives great results to the people, and so that you, after touching this product and myself, when you work with me, because we spend a lot of time working together, so that you have these physical, magical feelings of your transformations. Let's move on. Okay, so each lesson of our life is not by accident. I believe you all realize this to some extent. So they are not accidental. You know, sometimes, not actually sometimes, but always, when we seek a bigger goal, we understand that the most delight is along this way. So the way is in the format: I will save, I will be patient for some time, and then I will live to the full. But the studies show that generally people live to the end of their life, and they say that what I miss out a lot is that on the way, I didn't feel fully delighted. So we are focused on this state of living a life here and now, being focused on working with your past. And we do it through practices, some methods. You know, they are not boring, but we have a very interesting program agenda, and your work with your life's lessons in the past and that you will encounter in the future. The radical transformation starts when you treat these life's lessons in a different way, when you accept them with gratitude. And when something happens, even though it is not planned, you see it and look, okay, thank you. I got this lesson. I learned it. Okay, and what is the positive outcome? And what does it protect me from? And you know, when we neglect these life's lessons, we miss out on some important things and deprive ourselves of development. When you fail, actually you grow. It's important to understand this. So let's move on. Here, I have an extract of the great movie. Unfortunately, it will not start. No, it will not. Please, dear moderators, start it and we will see. Do we have the sound? Patience, or the patience you may show the opportunity. Those who ask for courage, did they get the courage or the opportunity to be courageous? When people ask for some warmth in the family, the God gives them a chance to show their love. I need to go. So I'm sure you will do it. You actually heard the main idea. When a person begs the God about the family, about something, I don't know who you may beg, the Lord, the God, for instance, courage. So actually you get a situation how you can show it. When you beg for the family, you feel lonely, you ask for someone to be nearby, to love and to be loved. You are given an opportunity to actually show towards another person or an opportunity to get love from another. But we're not always ready for this in different contexts. Maybe because of our past, maybe there were some traumatic experiences in the past. And actually we work with this information. This is an extract from the movie Even Almighty. So leaders, tell leaders, suckers, and adventurers. Who are they? In the modern world, I would separate our planet into these groups: tell leaders, suckers, and adventurers. So these adventurers, they fly, they gamble, they take risks, they don't care about tomorrow. And who are suckers? I believe you all understand that they are victims, they're miserable, they actually feel really bad. And who are leaders? Leaders are the ones who come in and say, I am ready to take risk. I know how to do, what to do. Follow me. And leaders, generally in a company, by doing career coaching, I generally see it when company leaders, they are not spiritual. They have no empathy. They feel that I should be the first no matter what. I should show my power and strength through leadership. But there are people of the future. So there are such people already, and I'm sure that in future we will see more and more of them because they are our Tao leaders. They are leaders, but enriched with the spiritual experience. They take care of the boundaries of other personalities, but at the same time, they're quite bold, brave, and strong. Leader is the one who's ready to take responsibility, but at the same time, not to actually abuse the limits and boundaries of others. And I'm sure that those people who take this radical transformation course, my goal is to take them closer to the position of Ateo leaders, those who will be ready to feel responsible for their children, for their actions, for their life, and to feel responsible without abusing others, and to be friendly in all the respects, in love, in your family, a person who makes this world brighter, the person who does not distract, who does not destroy, but he can actually work with himself and manage himself properly. Let's move on. Next slide.
Another very favorite motif of mine is to survive in the chaos, become part of the chaos. I would call it living in the flow. For example, you're doing art or business and you enjoy doing it. You feel the hype, you are psyched about it, and you enjoy doing it. But sometimes it's just chaos. Everything is crumbling. This is being destroyed around you. People are calling you. The deal is off. Your kid is sick with the stomach sickness. You need to take that kid from the school back home. So everything is crumbling and you need to survive. But in order to survive in the chaos, you must become part of it. And it also applies to the global situation when there are apocalypses going on, our plans are not coming off. So we need to be in the flow. Everything is going insane, everything is crumbling. So I make a decision to do something new, surprise myself, gain new experience. And in our course, Radical Transformation, we're teaching you how to become chaos yourself when there is chaos around you, how to go keep pace with the times, how to open up new resources in yourself, tap into new resources, peak at something you never dared to peak before. People who are doing psychological transformation, and I saw it in my individual practice, I see huge results among my clients who discover in themselves insane capabilities, opportunities. They change their field of work unrecognizably, and they become very successful in this new field of work. People over 50, just imagine a person lived half of their life and they never took the risk before the radical transformation to attempt to try their hand at something they would like to attempt. But before that, you need to realize that, do I really want to do it? Do I want to gain that experience? Yes, I'm not afraid of taking risk. I'm not afraid of what my neighbors think about me, my parents, my husband, my children. I want it because I choose it, and I'm not afraid of taking risks. So this is what we're doing in the Radical Transformation course. We're opening up new opportunities. We're giving you the chance to live several lives in one life. So let's move on. So there are two states. You can see on this slide the same person. In the morning, like your clothes, you choose your mood. And very often it seems to you that it does not depend on you, that I can wake up today in a bad mood. There is a disorder in my life. I have problems in my personal relationship. I have negativity around me. People offended me. I'm angered. I'm concerned about the future, etc., etc. And this is a choice. Our entire life is the result of our choices every day. And a person that you see on the second picture is also a choice. One can go through the forest all sad and seeing trees and bugs around them, nasty stuff. Another person can wake up in the morning and say how beautiful it is. What a wonderful smell. I have hands, I have feet. I can enjoy life. I can feel the entire range of emotions, of feelings. I can create anything I want in this life. I can change everything if I want to. And this is what we're doing in our radical transformation. Well, essentially, this is the radical transformation, when you can switch off from one state to another. So this is my main field of activity, switching people like this, like a switch, moving a person from one state to another. That's as simple as that. Let's move on. So what is global radical transformation? It's a search for new opportunities. However, it is very important to notice that when we're looking for new opportunities, you need to burn old experiences. Very often in my professional experience, I meet a situation when people want to start their new life from scratch, clean slate, and they tell them, please come in, this is your new life, make yourself comfortable, etc. They enter this new life with an old baggage, with an old suitcase full of dust, dirty linen, with a broken handle, and they're trying to drag this suitcase or this bag with them. And they ask him or her, why did you drag this suitcase with you, this trunk? Because I'm kind of feel pity throwing it away. I cannot get rid of my entire past life, my entire past experience in that suitcase. But why do you need it in your new life? So in the radical transformation course, we're opening your suitcase and we're now sorting through the things you have there. Something we will throw out, literally burn to ashes, and something we take with ourselves because it might be useful to us. So this huge, deep work will be done during the radical transformation course. We will sort through you old, heavy, handle-less suitcase, and we will bring order in it. We will throw out the old suitcase. We will get a new one, clean one, brand new one, and then we will put in there things that are valuable, truly valuable to us. So also radical transformation is a level of your internal freedom. Internal freedom is very important for a person because it is freedom that defines your new step, your new level in your life. I fly, the entire world is for me. So this inner state a person gets when they go through the radical transformation course. Let's move on. And of course, this inner state, I can fly, this entire world is for me, I'm awesome, I'm beautiful, I'm cool, I'm a light person, woman who can easily live a abundant life and have a nice work is impossible if you live with the feeling of resentment and hatred. It doesn't work. Just remember, this state of lightness and abundancy comes only there where there is no resentment and hatred. And in our radical transformation course, we work quite a lot on the feelings of resentment, hatred, and anger. We say goodbye to them, and it's very deep, hard work that a person does during their exercises, but it will help you get rid of those feelings once and forever. And we enter into a new life, after our transformation, and leave it all behind. So we will never have those states that you have on this slide. We don't need them. Money. Well, finances, funds. And as they say, money does not bring happiness, but the amount of money brings you happiness. But I'm joking, of course. This is quite an important topic. So why the poor are getting poorer and why the rich get richer? So many people are asking this, and it's quite simple. It's all about the law of attraction. A person who once made money subconsciously know how to make money another time, even if they went bankrupt. A person who lived their entire life in poverty, and in their psychology, they developed the subconscious confidence that they are not simply able to make all that money, that riches is not for them. Like the way you were born, that's the way you should live your life, that all that money, all that abundance is not for me. I very often come across such cases in my professional practice, and I help people break through their financial ceilings, find new opportunities, make money. And in the Radical Transformation course, I added some very interesting exercises that will help you get to that new round of your development. You simply need to reboot your program, restart it, because if you have that law of attraction going on already, you attract financial problems, financial difficulties. You're like hamster in a wheel. You're going round and round with no result. There will be no result, but there are some certain exercises that help a person get rid out of this vicious circle, build their castle, reboot themselves, reprogram, rewire their brain and the brains of their children. Because when parents live in this format, with this attitude of poverty, they pass it on to their children. So let's pass on to our children the attitudes of abundance. How we're gonna do it, you will know in the Radical Transformation course. Let's move on. And it is very important, is our psychological, verbal, spiritual states. They are interconnected. What I think, what I see, and what I feel. I can tell you for sure that the most happiest people in the world are people who can allow themselves to interconnect those three states: what I feel, what I see, what I think, and what I'm saying. A person who openly can, without being afraid of saying stuff. Of course, first they feel it, and we can go back to the board of feelings. First, they need to realize what they feel, what happened to you right now. Probably you had a conflict right now, and what you felt, what it was for you. How did I react to it? What next? What do I really want out of it? And you can express it out. You can feel it with your entire breast and think over it without being afraid. Some people do not allow themselves even to think of what they really want. There are people who are shy of their own thoughts. How can you familiarize with yourself? How we can go through any radical transformation without it? In our Radical Transformation course, we are working with the psychological, verbal, and spiritual states of ourselves. Let's move on. In this world, everything revolves around me. Friends, self-confidence is the main fuel for your success. However, the quality of this fuel is different for everyone. So what kind of confidence you're pouring inside yourself? And I would like to you to remember the Tao leaders, remember topic that we touched upon, people who are pleasant, easygoing, self-confidence. Many people are talking about self-confidence, but not all people correctly understand self-confidence. People start violating the boundaries of other people. And self-confidence and pleasant, easygoing self-confidence is about love to the people around you, but at the same time, you do not lose yourself. You know who you are, and you put the best fuel in yourself. Look at this picture. Take a look at this light inside that person. And I would like to tell to each of you that every one of you has this light inside of you. Look carefully. Every one of you has this ray of light inside of you. And in the Radical Transformation course, we are magnifying this ray. Someone has it small, but then it grows bigger and bigger. And then it warms you and people around you. We have quite a lot of positive feedbacks among family people, how their family relationship changes with their children after radical transformation, because you start warming everyone around you, and this light multiplies, and it happens because you're self-confident, not because you're a good person. Love me because I'm a kind, pleasant woman. I'd like to help everyone. No, this is the new self-confidence around you that helps you move forward. Let's move on. And of course, this self-confidence, this light inside of you that we talked about, doesn't work if there are people in your life whom you haven't yet forgiven, if there are stories in your life that you are keeping silence about, if there are stories that are like heavy burden on your shoulders, and you're always a little bit closed from this world. You don't trust it because you were hurt, because you were offended, you were betrayed, because somewhere it bleeds, and you're not self-confident because people tripped you, you fell, you broke your knees, you hurt your knees, and nobody extended their hand to help you get out. And the techniques that we're using in the radical transformation course go through forgiveness, radical forgiveness, so that you would never have the feeling of going for secondary benefits, which is being upset, which means you can't be rich. You can be rich, you can be happy. Sometimes it's easy for people to simply feel offended, and we're trying to help you get rid of it through interesting exercises and techniques. Let's move on. So what is radical transformation, and how does this product work? It's my original method that I'm sharing with this world today. I'm simply giving it away. I'm sending it into the world for it to change people's lives for the better, to inspire them, to help them realize their capacity, potential, for you to become richer, slimmer, fall in love, conquer this world, so that world would revolve around you. It's 4 blocks, 20 lessons, practical lessons. We have 4 blocks, 5 lessons each. My reality, my beliefs, my prospects, my transformation. It's all very simple and user-friendly. I think the maximum a lesson takes is 10 minutes. Very interesting assignments, techniques, practices. I hate boring exercises. And I think during this webinar, you already understood that I like it dynamic. I like it quick, but at the same time, at a very good quality level. So you go through an exercise and you feel this aha moment. Like, wow, it's cool. Why haven't I done it before? How does it work? It's like a seed that will be planted in you, and it grows, and then you see the fruit, the result. And I simply feel high when I see results in my clients. This is my best energy that I can feel. You need that course if you feel that something is preventing you from developing faster. You would like to be ahead of the entire world, but for some reason you can't. You cannot find yourself. You feel negativity towards a person from the past or situation that you're calling your friend and telling them about it all the time. And you're washing that linen all the time. You're in this state that you cannot let go. You do not feel joy of life. You often get angry. People are asking me like, why are you so happy? Why are you so joyous? It irritates me, and so on. And people get irritated by other people being happy. So why are you happy? And then you start getting angry with yourself. You look at your mirror, at your reflection, you're not happy. Everything is not cool. Everything is not the way it should be. If you feel like that, then you should take the radical transformation course if you feel something like that. Well, I think that the radical transformation course is something that every person in their life should go through if they are at least 20 plus years old. It's like when you lived your life, you had certain baggage of resentment, disappointment, complexes. You hide behind those complexes. You go through the radical transformation, you rewire your brain, you move on using very good fuel. I'm like a attendant at the fuel station. I give people the fuel of self-confidence. I'm like a spark plug. I keep people going. The fear of changes, very common story when people come to the psychology. People come to psychology. They want to change something, but they're afraid of changes. Like, what if I change too much after radical transformation? I become someone else. What if I decide to change my husband and I don't want to replace my husband? What if I will want to change my workplace and I don't want to? This fear of change is objective. But let me tell you this, it all depends on your desires, your decisions. There are no imposed opinions or advertising. It's only working with your own feelings, emotions, your state, your experience. Let's move on. How do I understand that the transformation has begun? This is one of my favorite topics. You will start seeing changes in your life. Let me tell you, literally starting from lesson 3, you will feel those changes. First of all, you will see how the people around you change in relation to you. If you had some situations when you didn't like certain people, you'll see that it started changing because your energy started changing, your self-confidence started changing, your results will change. You can feel that money will start coming your way out of nowhere, some interesting contracts, job opportunities, probably promotion at work. We are launching, activating that work around you, and we start attracting. The law of attraction is 100% efficient, but first you need to begin this transformation, start working with yourself. And I can tell you from my own experience as a therapist, people who come and start working on themselves, it's like the entire universe starts helping that person. Around that person, a series of events start happening at the global event because you're changing not just your attitude to life, you are rewiring your subconscious. You let go of the past, resentment, disappointments. You look into the future. You are planning it from a cool state. Very often we plan and want something out of the state of lack of satisfaction, resentment, and disappointment. So somebody offended you and you tell them, I will prove them wrong. I will prove the entire world that I'm worthy. And you use that energy, which is bad. But the radical transformation helps people create using the energy of love, and this healthy motivation, sound motivation, is what our radical transformation course is filled with. Let's move on.
What will happen if I don't develop? Look, there is no such a state, nothing happens. So no one stands idle. Someone develops and someone is standing idle. It does not happen. There are those developing and going forward and those degrading. If you do nothing, you miss. You lag behind, you are left behind. And therefore, what happens if you don't develop? You will be degrading. Therefore, I strongly encourage everyone to develop, to work on yourself, to self-develop. This is the best feeling. Never save money on this. So nothing actually, in everything. When you watch some lessons, talk to others, this is motivation. In my life, I met so many great people who we created something with or worked with, and it's so great. So there are courses and there is the entire community of people going forward and rushing forward, being motivated. Next slide, please. So here there is a choice, 3 doors to choose from. In the right-hand corner, in the left-hand corner, I do nothing. I learn nothing new. I am in the position where I am. I feel everyone around is bad. Everything is bad. And the door in the middle, I do something on my own. I watch some videos. I am a psychologist for myself. Some people think this way. And the third door, the right one, is the door which actually takes you to the radical transformation. This is your motivation. These are techniques, professional approach. By choosing the third door, you break through radical transformation and you learn a professional approach. You are not looking for something and how it will work, but this radical transformation is accompanied by people who know how it should be done, who actually don't sleep overnight thinking how to create an interesting product, how to create a product that will be more efficient. And, many times I was full of tears because of the results achieved by my students. And it is such a pleasure for any psychologist that creates some products like this. Let's move on. So this is the door of the radical transformation, the feeling of this freedom. I actually feel how this man in the picture feels after completing radical transformation course. So there is your past left behind your back. You say, thank you for my past, and you are open to the future and to your present. Guaranteed change of your life beyond recognition. So radical transformation is the transformational practices, and they are authored, guaranteed methods of changing your reality. And most important, this course is structured in 4 blocks with 5 sessions each, interesting practices with home tasks. And you spend as much time as you can on the home tasks. 4 blocks, 20 sessions, and this is a way to understand what happens in your life. What is your past? To assess it properly. My attitudes, my beliefs, which of them will change my reality today or will not change. And I will ask our organizers to share a link to this course so that you may join it while the webinar is still on, because the price is minimum and it will never be lower than the one you see in this slide, that is $199. So actually, from the bottom of my heart, I give it as a free, almost as a free gift. And this course builds on my energy. And I invested my soul, my experience, daily psychological experience of working with people. I do it most comfortable for you so that in these 4 blocks, you will familiarize yourself with my experience, those home tasks, to actually be excited to get the greatest result possible so that you change your life for the better. My dear friends, I also like to tell you that you are, and in the chat, there will be a link for those if you want this course to be available in your language. So it is available for today only in English, Russian, and Hindi. But if you have some people willing to take this course in other language, so in the chat box, you will find a link to this special form. If there are 10 students in any particular language, for instance, Spanish. So if we have a group of people willing to buy the course, we will translate it into your language so that you feel comfortable. And this course is like my child. When you give birth to it, and it seems that this child grows up, you actually give it to this world, and I'm almost ready to start crying. And I feel so sensitive. I know how great the results of this course are, and I'm looking forward to getting the feedback from those who will take this course, and I want you to share your feedback. This is my calling on those who have already taken the course, who recommended this course. And by the way, please remember that it is on Evorich Marketplace. You may recommend it to your friends, but it is not only about making money. Please understand, it's not about money making. This is about making this world better. I think that today in particular, we need such products. We should invest money, time, efforts into the creation of such products that will help people to change their life. Because today, many people have no foundation and they cannot change. We want such people to reach new heights. And in this world, there are a lot of such levels, heights. This world is full of opportunities, of money. Around you, there are great ladies, great men. They are single and they are all for you. This is all for you. You may choose from. You can create your life the way you would like it to be. So I feel really touched. So $199 is today's price. The link can be found in the chat box. Let's move on. What fears and doubts may I have when there is no money? This state of having no money and I cannot buy the course right away. But then you will not have money if you don't start something new. About 10 years ago, I was in such a situation. I was a student, I developed, and in the beginning, I showed you my picture before my radical transformation started. And I know what it means to have no money at all. But actually, any opportunity, even the tiny opportunity I got, I spent money to develop, to self-develop. So actually, I met the people who actually gave their energy to me, and I never felt pity of this. And this way, I became successful because I never missed out an opportunity to invest into my self-development. And what is the price of $199? This is a dress. This is your visit to beautician. But it will end very quickly. After having a meal somewhere, buying a dress, whereas here, it will stay with you for your entire life. No matter how hard you feel today, and no matter how hard I felt then, I actually took every chance to invest into myself, my development. So please understand me. Another excuse, no time to work, to develop. Nothing to say actually, but I want you to compare this feeling with your being in the desert. There is no water. You feel really thirsty, thinking where to find a sip of water. How can I get out of this desert? I need an exit. And out of a sudden, you found a lamp with a genie. You actually open it and you say, so he says, I am ready to change your life. I'm ready to take you out of this desert. But you tell him, I have no time. I will find for an exit myself. So this is about your excuse, no time. Never feel pity to spend time on yourself. The first person you should never actually save time and money is yourself. Let's move on. I cannot do it. I don't believe in myself. And unfortunately, this is what makes a successful person different from unsuccessful. A successful one does, and unsuccessful ones sits idle doing nothing. Please try. there are hundreds of people who actually learned this lesson and they managed to do it. And where are you? In the group of those who will try and will see the results, or you are in the group of those who don't believe in themselves and even don't give a chance. So change your life radically by paying $199. I don't know any other proposal offer like this one. This is a very convenient, comfortable course made up of 4 blocks. When I designed this course, actually, it took me a lot of time to break it down into the blocks. I know that we are all busy. We have families, children, business, and I want my product not to be an encyclopedia. You may read an encyclopedia without my attendance, but what was important is to design, is to create a very interesting journey into yourselves. So with high quality results, which will change your life radically, you will not even recognize it. And you may share your referral link, invite your friends, partners, and recommend this course. And it's not about making money. It is about creating our world of great classy people, of TEL leaders with great results, who will love, who will give goods to this world. And you will become the one who makes this world better, greater. Well, in the chat, dear friends, you may find a link to those who would like to translate it into your language. At present, it is available in Russian, Hindi, and English. But if we have those who would like to take this radical transformation course, my beloved course, I invested my soul and heart into, we may translate this course into your language and fill out the survey form, invite about 10 students, and whenever there is a group of 10 people, we will translate it into your language, because we want this course to be around the world. We want it to change the lives of the people, for you to get delight, and you would never save your time, money to invest into yourselves, because radical transformation starts here and now. Now, when you are making a decision whether to learn this lesson or not, you actually answer a question whether you want to change something really in your life or not, or I would like to stay and feel comfortable with what I have today. So I do invite all of you to take this exciting journey. This is a great product, and I am really confident about. Hopefully today's webinar was interesting, and if you still have some questions, open questions, I would be ready to answer them. Guys, if there are any questions, ready to answer them, and I will have a look. Technically, I don't really understand how it works, but when there is a question, please put it down in the chat. As to date, I shared everything. I even shared my energy. I want you to feel magic in your life, so that you join us and you create a new movement in our community. A movement of people who develop, who grow. I like this approach to life. I like positive thinking people, and I try to surround myself, because our surrounding impacts the quality of our life. This radical transformation course builds or creates a new community of people, because the world is full of aggression. And we should be, to some extent, be above all of this, on top of this, getting into a totally different state and grow around ourselves, the people, create our own surrounding with our own hands. And for this, we need some practices, some techniques which are actually integrated into the radical transformation course, which will make your life totally different. Today's price is $199 only today, and you would never find this course cheaper. It would never actually get cheaper, and after today's webinar, it will be $300, and only today you have a chance to join our team of radical transformation people. So there is a question in the Italian chat, if possible. So the questions are the following. So in this slide, we read that it starts on the 1st of June. They are asking, when does it start? And my next question, how is it organized? Whether it is a pre-recorded course or an online course, and whether there is this schedule, whether it is online, how many days. So the organization, how it is organized.
Well, dear friends, our course is launching immediately after you pay for it. So when you pay, you get access to the course. You get it right away. So there is no pre-established date like the 1st of June. This is a typo. As soon as you pay for the course, you get access to it. It opens for you. Then this is a recorded course in a very user-friendly format. You watch it when you feel like watching it. But if you started doing your assignments, your exercises, you need to bring it to the end, because as soon as you watch the lesson, you do the exercise. And only then you move on to the next lesson, because it's one lesson that comes out of the previous lesson. The lessons are quite short, 5-10 minutes long, and then you get your homework. Also, we have workbooks that you work with. You download them, a template. It's like an example for you. So you will have to buy a real exercise book, like 48 sheets strong, because I am a huge believer in working with physical objects, with a physical workbook, with a physical pen. But the workbook, e-workbook, electronic workbook, will give you an idea how to fill in your physical workbook. So yes, the course is recorded. There is no pre-established date. Everything is user-friendly. You can take the course in any form and format you find most suitable. And then you get access to it as soon as you pay for the course. I hope that I answered your questions. Do we have any other questions? So we have a follow-up question from the Italian room. So do we understand it correctly that we need to have at least 10 people for the course to be translated into Italian? Well, yes, you need to have at least 10 students. You will have to fill in the form that we have spread in the chat so we don't lose you. So you get together 10 people and we'll gladly translate it into Italian. And one last question from the Italian room. How long does the course take, or how much time does it take in 1 week? Well, it all depends on you, how much time it will take you. It depends on how much time you're ready to dedicate to your course and your home assignments. Well, this is how I suggest you do it. You watch it when you find most convenient. And then my personal recommendation, you do not spend more than 2-3 days on doing your home assignment, because when you start stretching, doing your homework, you start coming out of this state, resourceful state, because in any training, in any course that you take, when you work on yourself, it is very important to keep that state of resourcefulness. When you get insights, it's very important that you immediately after the lesson start doing your home assignment. Let me tell you right away that the first assignment is going to be immensely difficult. It's not going to be easy. Sometimes I see people postponing doing their homework, but please try not to, because it will depend on how deep you dig into this course. It will affect the outcome your outcome. I realize that I might be speaking in a weird language here, but to understand what I mean, you need to come to the course. The exercises are difficult, but really, really cool. Insanely awesome. So you will pick your own time to go through this course. Do we have any further questions? So in your opinion, is the follow-up question from the Italian room, how much time will it take me to do an exercise? Well, it depends on the assignment. Some of the assignments will take you like 2 days, and another assignment might take you an hour. All the assignments are different in their depth and meaning. For example, you will have to write about your life situation. We all have different situations in life. It will depend on how ready you are to get down and to start writing about your life situation immediately after the lesson, and do it really quickly. Someone might think, well, right now I'm going to do some work, and then before going to bed, I will do my home assignment. I will sit down and I'll start writing. It's all about the state you're in. Let me tell you honestly, I went through this course myself, and I tried to understand what my student will feel with each exercise. And I've enjoyed doing exercises in the morning when I woke before my children, before everyone else in my family, before I had to do breakfast. I just woke up earlier and did my homework. And I know that some of my students do their homework before going to bed. It's very individual, but it's not like really long-term assignments, guys. Friends, it will take you probably a month to go through to complete the entire course. And one more question from the Italian room. So since this is a course that we go through on our own, what if we have like challenges, difficulties? Some things will not be entirely clear. Whom can we go to with our questions? Well, whom can you go to with your questions? Well, honestly, I hope that you won't have such questions, because when you get the course, you get the full explanation on how to do your assignment, how you're going to work with it. And I'm sure you won't have such questions, just won't. You will have a workbook as an example. We specifically created this electronic workbook, how to do your homework, where you get the assignment, the example, and then you take a exercise book like this or a similar to it. You will get all this information during your lesson 0, introductory lesson, and then you will work with it. Probably you will use color pencils or markers or pens, because this workbook is about working with your life, and it will be up to you how you would like to design it. So, but you will have a sample workbook, all of you. Do you have any further questions? Well, we have a question from the English chat. Arumugam asks, is this course can really remove continuous stress, worries about the future, and help you concentrate less on your work, focus less on your work? Yes, I can guarantee that you will get your desired outcome. You will get rid of your concerns and angst. You will learn how to enjoy life and feel the taste of life, because all of our concerns, all of our fears come not of being able to concentrate, but not enjoying feeling the full taste of life. For example, I'm sitting here, don't even see you, but I feel you, and I enjoy interacting with you. I enjoy what's happening to me. And we work with all those states of worry and concern. And those states come when we're fearful about our future, what's to come next, what is in store for me. Instead, you should focus on where you are right now, the state of joy, abundance, here and now. And I can promise you that your state will change after this course, because I've worked on that state for quite some time myself. I know what it is like, and I myself had moments in life before my radical transformation 8 or 10 years ago. that much time ago when I was very, very concerned. I know what panic attacks are. I, as a specialist, work with clients who have them, and I went through them myself. I went through my panic attacks as well, because this is a very common problem right now with people. Let's move on. Do we have any further questions? So we have one more question from the Italian chat. Will we have to pay for the course in one payment, or are we going to have some installment plan? Question one. And question two, if we want to reach out to you personally for some feedback, where can we find you? Probably in some social media. Well, dear friends, we're not offering any installment plan for this course. So this is our conditions. $199 is the biggest discount that we can give, or let's say the smallest price that you can take this course for. Where you can reach out to me, how you can get in touch with me. Well, I have a Telegram bot. When you go through the payment procedure, you are added to my Telegram and you stay there. Do we have any further questions? Okay, no further questions from the Italian English rooms, and the rest of the rooms are okay. And then it means we can call it a day for today. And I would like to make a small mention. So when you click on get your free lesson, you are added to the bot. So don't be concerned. So let's bring up our final slide. And I wanted to tell you, thank you very much for taking your time, precious time, and attending our wonderful webinar today. I would like you to join us because we're making this world better. We're bringing goodness into this world. We spend a lot of time, money, and resources on it. And I would like to see each and every one of you in our team, among my students. I would like to help you change your life, and nobody else but you can really do it. I'm just a conductor that can show you the way with my torch, and I will do it gladly. If today you put your trust in me being your lighthouse, your beacon, shedding some light on your path. Unfortunately, I cannot see you, but I feel your energy. And I would like to remind you that you can buy the Radical Transformation course on the website, both with your bank card and the cryptocurrency too. So keep that in mind. I would like to embrace you all, and I wish you all the luck, success, and I would like you to achieve all your heart desires. Come to us. I will be very glad to see you. Bye-bye, and thank you very much until we meet again.